House Leader, third party.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. And I can't help but reflect on how the young leaders who are up in the gallery are experiencing this conversation right now as they gather for climate strikes every Friday. Honourable Speaker, in 2013, the preliminary gas migration project was initiated by the Oil and Gas Commission in order to obtain an initial understanding of the extent and causes of gas migration, that is, the flow of gas outside of the surface casing of a well or leaking gas. At that time, the report indicated that it did not have an accurate understanding of the total number of wells with gas migration. However, it did find 144 confirmed instances of leaks and speculated that there could be more than 900 leaking wells in just one small operating area in the northeast of BC. The government did not release that report to the public until 2017, and only then because a copy was obtained by a media outlet. Through you, Honourable Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Energy, Mines and Petroleum Resources. It is now 2019. Does she know exactly how many wells in BC are leaking right now?
Minister, Energy, Mines and Petroleum Resources.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker, and I thank the member for the question. I think her question also highlights the changes that have been being made under this government compared to the past government in terms of our responsibility as regulators of the oil and gas sector. Honourable Speaker, the past government did not do their job very well. We've come in and have hit the ground running. And this past January alone, we introduced new regulations to reduce methane emissions from upstream oil and gas operations. And Honourable Speaker, we did that with input from both environmental organizations as well as industry. And as a result, we were able to design improved leak detection and repair so that we can address this issue and, of course, be the regulators that government is supposed to be.
House Leader, third party on a supplemental.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I'll try again. So shortly after the report came to light in 2017, a resident in Northeast BC requested information on the status of those leaking wells. She was told by government that only 10 had been repaired. Under the current regulations, any decision to force companies that own leaking wells to fix them is done at the Oil and Gas Commission's discretion. The Commission may allow leaks to go unaddressed on the grounds that the leaks pose a, quote, low risk to the environment and human health. Through you, Honourable Speaker, my question is again to the Minister. Can the Minister please confirm how many wells are currently leaking gas? What, if any, plans she has to see those wells cleaned up? And if the Oil and Gas Commission has deemed many of the leaking wells to be, quote, low risk, how the Commission reached that conclusion?
Minister, Energy, Mines and Petroleum Resources.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. Addressing the issue of methane emissions and leaks, gas migration, are all very much a part of our Clean BC plan, Honourable Speaker. And by 2025, our plan will see a reduction in methane emissions by 45%, Honourable Speaker. That is very, very important in terms of meeting our overall goal to reduce our impact on climate change. In terms of how we're going to get there, what happens on the day-to-day, Honourable Speaker, the BC Oil and Gas Commission performs about more nonsense from the official opposition, I hear. If they would like to be patient and allow me to answer the question, Honourable Speaker, so that British Columbians can actually know what's going on, something that they did not want to actually happen in terms of ignoring their obligation as regulators when they were in government. Honourable Speaker, the BC Oil and Gas Commission...
Members.
I'm about to give one if you'll stop heckling. The BC Oil and Gas Commission, Honourable Speaker, performs around 4,000 to 5,000 inspections per year, Honourable Speaker. And we are doing our level best to ensure that we are reducing our methane emissions. And we're also studying the issue around gas migration, Honourable Speaker, by supporting four projects, 3 at UBC and 1 at Queen's University, so that we can strengthen the technical requirements and the data collection so that we are doing the job as regulators of this industry.